Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. I'm Stephanie West. I'm a licensed counselor here in the state of Michigan, and I'm owner and operator of In Progress Counseling. I want to share, as we finished up my cohort's kind of semester 2 expectations last week, what happened was we had 14 people all give different presentations on the areas of research that are most interesting to them. It was so cool to sit in kind of the awareness that 13 other people that I'm walking with right now, all in the area of mental health and in the area of emotional and social wellness, every one of us has a different aim. Every one of us has a different passion project. Every one of us has a different orientation, things that light us up. So the same way I get excited about talking with people about life transitions, talking with people about change and processes that prompt us forward towards health and towards healing, the way we talk about identifying core values that transcend whatever disruption you're in, or at least translate through the seasons of distress that you're in, I light up about that. And then one of my peers is lighting up about mental health related to military services. And another one is talking about scrupulosity and religious trauma. And another one is talking about what does the therapist do in the room that helps them work in tandem with the Holy Spirit. And so there's 14 of us in this one little microcosm, all with different aims that desire to orient the world towards good. And that's one of the things that is just never lost on me, is honoring the diversity, that each of us have this different objective, this different orientation towards something of significance, of purpose, of value. And we've talked before about no one is my competition because no one is me. There isn't someone with the same, intersection of history and current passions and areas of interest and different modalities and how I want to present it. There isn't anyone with that. The same way there isn't anyone else with your particular intersection of history and experience and the way you choose to express and communicate and the opportunities that you have. And so you can look around and see a host of people doing really profound and cool things with their lives. And the argument is you could be doing that too, because whatever your message is, whatever your internal promptings are, whatever your areas of excitements are, they're going to be so custom tailored to you that other people would benefit from your point of view too, potentially. Now, it takes a lot of time and intentionality to cultivate best practices in disseminating our information and inviting people into our ideas. It does take a lot of fidelity, nose to the grindstone, cultivating what's true. I will say what really comes to my mind quite often is how many of my greatest influencers are probably 15 to 20 years my senior. And they're hitting kind of their stride around age like 50 or 55 or 60. And I guess that's what's so exciting for me, is they've put in the work for decades to get where they're at, but their messages are so precise and so exact and so on point and so just well articulated because they've spent so much time and intentionality cultivating their message. And every one of us has the opportunity to do that. Now, I don't know how it presents in your life. I don't know, do you go the way of, utilizing social media? Do you utilize a written medium? Do you utilize an auditory medium? Do you just utilize kind of community and doing something within the framework of your friends groups or within the framework of the communities that you support? None of that is really kind of something we have to tease apart here. But what we can tease apart is your understanding of what is important is so unique to you. Your messaging to share with people is so unique to you. I'm sitting in a classroom with 14 other humans, well, 13 including myself as a student. I guess there's 14 if we include the professor. Details matter here. But my message is unique, and each of their messages was unique. And I want to honor that diversity and say that's so cool that we each have our own message and we stand shoulder to shoulder and invite each other into newer understanding. And every one of my listeners, you have your message too. You have your thoughts, your ideas, you have your trajectories, you have your missions. And none of us are in competition with each other because we all have our own interesting intersections and we all have our own interesting ways of inviting people in. So I want you to explore that. One of the invitations I give to a lot of clients who are intimidated by, well, how do I know that my ideas matter? It's like, have you ever walked into a library? Have you ever walked into a bookstore and saw tens of thousands of people's ideas lining the shelf? Not everyone was the most important idea, but they were all ideas. And they were all ideas that people were brave enough to write down and invite others into. And there's space for your ideas, and there's space for my ideas, and there's space for the ideas of each person in my cohort. And we all have our own uniqueness to offer. So I want to encourage you today, honor diversity, see yourself as distinct, see yourself as a contributor, and see what happens with that sort of understanding.